Welcome back to the Real Estate Talk Show, your source for all things real estate. If you're just joining us, I'm in studio with Peloso Alexander Interiors, and we're going to talk about renos that will help you versus renos that will hurt you. All right, on the same theme, Glen, you wrote a great article, and it was talking about some renos that help while others actually can hurt you. So let's touch upon that. So you have here the things that will help you sell: kitchen, bathroom renos, and powder room. So without a doubt, that's kind of common knowledge, right?
And everybody sort of knows that kitchens and bathrooms are the big selling feature. And, when I say renos that help and renos that hurt, if you're going to stay in that house for the next 15 years, there is no hurts. There is no hurts.
Okay.
You do whatever you want, make it happen. If you have a mind to sell the house, then there are things that are going to cause you potentially problems, or you'll never get that investment back because people don't necessarily understand what it was or want it.
Recently we had a client that had us into their home and said, we want to open this wall between the kitchen and the living room, and we're going to move out in about 2 or 3 years, so we don't want to spend a lot of money. But their bathrooms were pretty dated. We're talking 1970 renovation in the bathrooms. And we said, okay, great. You're going to spend $25,000 because it was a structural wall and a beam is required. And then you have to start patching flooring or putting new flooring. And we said, really, you can't even do a whole bathroom for $20,000 or $25,000 these days, but at least we could update them. Put new vanities in, update some tile, get some paint color in there. And that's going to really come back to them. Whether or not that wall is down or not, I'm not quite so sure that would have really recuperated on the end.
Another reminder of why, of course, you would hire a designer. Hashtag hire
Hire
designer.
Exactly.
Love that, by the way.
Yes.
You boys created that, right?
Yes, we did.
So how did that come about? Hashtag hire a designer.
Really, because people sort of, I think, feel like it's okay to do it on their own. And I sort of say, would you do your own dentistry? Do you cut your own hair? Do you make your own clothing? And if you do, and you have that skill set, great, go for it. But most people don't, but believe that it's okay to just run out and get whatever you want.
Right.
For me, I call it, that's cute design. Because you walk out the store and you're like, well, that's cute. And you pick it up and bring it home, and then you look for a place for it to go. There is no design sense.
There's no home to it. And we have some clients that we tell them right from the get-go, don't buy anything. And the reason is they get so excited about the renovation process or that the design process is going to happen, they start running out and buying everything. And if you look backwards, if you add up every receipt from everything that you run out to these discount home stores, and you buy this lamp and you buy this end table and you buy this and you buy this, and you put all those receipts together, you probably could have given us the same dollar amount and we would have spent it the right way. The only difference is it comes at one larger price tag at one particular time versus you don't realize you're spending $100 here, 200 here, 100 here, 200 there. And those hundreds add up to thousands that add up to working with a designer and getting it all laid out, getting the recipe.
Excellent.
So the idea of hashtag hire designer is much like real estate. There is no way that you have the skill sets to do what a real estate agent does. You're not going to be able to search the whole market and do the things that a real estate agent does. In the same way, you'll be okay, but you're never going to be able to design, and you're never going to be able to figure out exactly how to allot that money that you have for your renovation in the most appropriate way.
Love it. Hashtag hire designer. Now, you brought up a great point, Glen, and you said that you need to understand if you're thinking of selling within the next few years, your mindset's going to be very different than if you're planning on staying there for the next 15 to 20, right?
Yeah. I always say, who would have, when you're staying there for a good long time, there is no way that you're going to be able to figure out what is going to be in style, interesting, fun, on the cutting edge in 15 years.
I bet you two could, though.
Not in 15 years. I mean, as I've said to people, who would have thought 10 years ago that I could pick up my cell phone and change the heat in my house? But that's now currently true. So the things that are going to happen in the next little while, and when you look at, things like 3D printing and all of those kinds of things I think are going to be game changers. There's no way that we're going to be able to predict what's in 15 years. So in the time that you have now, make yourself happy.
Great.
The house is supposed to be there to facilitate your life. You're not supposed to be trying to facilitate the life of the house. So if you're going to stay for 15 years, just do all the things you love.
Love that. It's just, again, that's permission right there. Do whatever you want to.
The reality is, when we go out and buy, let's say, an automobile, oftentimes we don't buy the automobile that is most practical for our life. It happens to be the one that we like.
Right.
Sort of the same thing with the house. If you realize that this is the house I'm going to raise my kids in, and this is the house that I'm going to live in for however long, then spend the money. Enjoy it while you're there. But the reality is, like you're saying, there is some that hurt you. And it hurts you because you've put too much money into something in particular.
You'll never recoup.
That you're not going to recoup
All right.
at the time.
Okay.
So meaning, I'm moving out in 3 years, I'm moving out in 5 years. You've got to watch where you spend that money.
We need to take a short break, but stick around. More with Peloso Alexander Interiors when we return.